So as per our lovely request that we've had this week, one on Saturday and one as well on Instagram, great to see that you're all communicating via Instagram. We are loving that, ladies. You've asked us to show you how to do scarves. It comes so second nature to us in the shop, and we forget that you girls may need a little bit of help with scarves because we just throw them round, especially Val, she's like the scarf guru.
Yeah.
And actually, if you're not doing it every day and it's not your job, it can be quite difficult and you're not sure which bit to start with and what to do. So we're going to do a really short video basically showing you, we've got so many different scarves in the RUNDHOLZ black label, and then obviously we've got the really special spectacular dip one, that we thought we'd just show you how we dress each scarf, and we'll show you the differences between each one. So hope you enjoy, and obviously any questions, email us, Instagram us, ring us 01270 747 616, and just get in touch and we can help you in any way you need. Enjoy!
So Jade.
So, it doesn't really matter where you start, but let's start here and let's put the section that we want it to end at on the shoulder, because that's just easiest. Now what I've done is kind of scrunched a little bit of volume at the top, just because that gives you a good foundation, first of all for it to stay up, and second of all to give you that dramatic collar detail around the neck. Then you twist it round. Obviously if you're doing this to yourself, it is slightly more difficult, but it is doable. And obviously if you do it in the mirror, much easier because you can see what you're doing. And then you'll notice you've got quite a bit left here. Now, it might be that you can pull it across like that and it sits quite beautifully, and it's as simple as that. But it might be that that's just happened by chance with Jazz like that. It might be that it's not a perfect amount that's left of scarf because your shoulders are a different size to Jazz's. So what you do there is simply roll that bit up and tuck it in that side, and then of course you can pull it through if you want to, and that is actually quite secure. Jazz, please move your arms and just show that actually you can move about. Do us a little twirl all the way so you can see. Really, really beautiful, and it's just that beautiful, whimsical, wispy, very kind of event look.
Yeah, this is the event scarf.
Yeah, so that's biggest drama. Similarly though, because you want to get as much from your scarf as you can, if you want in a daytime look, then simply, so the key thing to remember with a scarf, this is the bit that people tend to get wrong and tend to, when you've learnt this, it's just a great trick. You want to start with the amount of tail that you want your scarf to have. So what I mean by that is, if you just throw it around your neck, and you've not really thought about how long this section is, you end up with this tail and then you're not sure where to kind of put it or tuck it. So if you bring it to your neck where you want it to end, so if you want it here like a necklace kind of length, right just above the bust, that's a really flattering look. Then start there and then bring it round as many times as you need to get as much volume and drama as you want. So I'm doing it quite high around the neck because we like as much drama as possible. And then with your last bit, you can tuck it in anywhere, so I'll tuck it around the back just to secure it. And then this bit here, if you want it just on the side like that, you can, or you can bring the netting up and make as much of it as you want. Obviously, when you own the scarf, you can take these off, but in the meantime, we'll just tuck it under, and Jazz has got plenty of drama there around her neck, which is really lovely, and also gives you that warmth that you need as well during the winter months. Now obviously this scarf is exactly the same, but because the red is such a beautiful red, and because it just looks like a different animal when it is in the carmine, we thought we'd show you this one as well and just see how beautiful it can look. We have posted the most beautiful video of our lovely Dottie on Instagram. She couldn't help but come and try on the full outfit. I can't speak because I'm multitasking. It's not easy multitasking. They say females can do it, but
no.
I am struggling. So you see what I mean about this little taily bit. So rather than it being able to just go around the front and be perfect, it's not quite as perfect this time, but that's okay, we can rescue it. Tuck it in there. And then some people like it slightly asymmetric, so you can tuck and then use your collar to give you that drop. That colour really suits you. And there you go, you can put your hair up. So we're going to read the codes before we show the scarf so that you know exactly what we're showing you, because it is really confusing. We're confused in here because there's that many. So this one is 3961402 and the colour is dark blue. Now this scarf is one of the most interesting in that it has loads of different textures, different levels of opaqueness. So you've got the knitty bit in the middle, Then you've got the sheer panels at either side, which is gorgeous, and then you have got the distressed fringing to the sides as well. So lots of different texture, lots of different ways that that can be worn to kind of look grungy and add that drama and depth that we want. So let's have your neck, please, Jasmine. So the first thing is we'll wear it like a traditional scarf. So again, like I've said before, get your tail to the length that you want it, which will be different for everybody because we all have our different preferences.
You tall enough?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
But you did though, didn't you?
And then let's wrap them around. And then because we've got this gorgeous cotton, we can make it quite pretty, but because it's grungy, we can do pretty grungy. And then tuck in. This has got to be one of my favourites. I think that is absolutely beautiful. There's although it's dark blue, there is definitely a purpley element there. It's kind of an aubergine colour, so it's gorgeous on black, as you can see, but also it just picks up all the colours in the season. So you've got next to plum, it's got that purple element, so that'll be gorgeous. We call this colour smoke usually because it's that smoky kind of purpley colour. But similarly, if we put it next to the original, it picks up colours in that. So it's quite a good one, quite versatile for all your colours. Perhaps not green, it might be weird with green, but if you're a bit more daring, then great.
Why not?
Exactly. So yeah, quite a good one. That's one of my personal favourites. So if that was a great colour option for you, but that's a little bit heavy because, like the Vals of the world, you're at a certain time of life where you don't want that extra heat around the neck.
You're brave.
Then this is the same colourway, but a much sheerer scarf. The other thing is, it's great to be wearing now, whereas that one is definitely a winter scarf. Obviously, when you're in your transitional period and you want to, I mean, the benefit with the carbon is that it's the same colour as the summer. So if you put your summer carbon items on and you just want to inject a little bit of new life into them, then you can see it looks great. This is a carbon summer dress, but I can add this and make myself feel like I've transitioned into winter, but I'm still wearing my lightweight things because it's absolutely boiling outside. So this is a great one. It's got the print on it, which you can see is that gorgeous, well, gorgeous is the wrong word, it's kind of funky, cool. Edgy, cool.
Bit Vivi.
Yeah, a bit Vivienne Westwood, you're absolutely right there. You've got lots of different elements going on, but the shapes, obviously when you're wearing it in full, you can't see what the pattern is necessarily, but you just get that great, you get lots of lovely diagonal lines, and it's quite minimal. It's cool.
I want one as a wall hanging, actually.
Well, do you know how many customers actually say that when they're not using them, they lay them over a sofa or they lay it on the end of the bed, because why wouldn't you? It's a lovely piece of work. So you've got the fringing around the outside as well, so this is quite a distressed looking one, which is really nice. If I save again, put this like this. So number one way of doing this one is simply twist it if you find that it's too full and you want to lose some of the bulk. And that creates a different look as well. Obviously the tag won't be there when you're wearing it unless you like that as a design feature. But you can see that the depth of this is really lovely because dependent on where it's tied, it's different. It's opaque in some places, it's sheerer in others. You've got this lovely fringing, which is just a nice touch as well. And obviously the print becomes quite subtle, so you don't really see it, but it's just that little touch of interest. So if it's caught in the right light or at the right angle, then you can see that it's just a little bit more interesting than a solid colour. This is a good one though, showing you how you can shawl your scarf if you wish. So obviously that's quite a dressed down look and practical as well. It's there for warmth, obviously, or just to add that little bit of interest. So if you're wanting to shawl this one, I think we'll go corner to corner.
This is what I do with all my scarves. I love shawling scarves.
And like we did before, we create that collar effect. Bring it round and tuck it in. Now, if Jazz hasn't got to move around too much because she's just turning up at somewhere and hasn't got to, you know, she's going in and out of a restaurant, then you can wear it like that. But
there is a lot of movement though, in all fairness.
Yeah,
I could eat me dinner.
Wonderful, because that is our first priority here at Arabella, food.
Food and
wine. It has been today, food and wine, I'm telling you. We're not quite on the wine yet, but we're waiting for 5:30. So yeah, gorgeous. Really, really, it's just a really classy look. It's just very sophisticated, very classy. Very wedding-y.
Like, yeah.
So it just adds that little class, that little bit of class to an outfit and makes it more dressy. if you need more movement, because that's just not going to work for you, you just roll it slightly shorter so that you're getting more, sorry Jazz,
it's okay.
You've got slippery skin.
It's alright,
Too much moisturising. So the other thing where this is good as well is if you haven't got Jazz's height, having it higher like this and not having so much material falling down is going to be better for you, because it shows off more of what you've got underneath and obviously makes you longer and just adds the touch around the shoulders and just gives the illusion that you're longer and slimmer, which we could all do with, except Jasmine, because she's long and slim enough. Okay, so moving on to a slightly more wintry scarf with this one. This is a definite kind of mossy green, it's a really beautiful colour, perfect for the winter. It's quite a lightweight knit, so as much as it's warm, it isn't too heavy around your neck. It's a big square, so lots can be done with this one, whether it be a shawl and make it kind of more of a jumper and more of an outfit, or obviously just wear as your classic scarf, so we'll show you both. Got the fringing around the edge, which is just a lovely little touch, very kind of grungy chic, that one. And as Jazz is holding up now.
Got it in the dark blue as well.
And it's worth saying that like this one's quite mossy green, this one's quite bluey blue. I know that's a funny thing to say, but when you say dark navy, it can
like
mean
a
quite a lot of
midnight blue,
things.
isn't it?
Yeah, and it's lovely.
Okay.
So, firstly, let's do it as a big scarf. Because it's such a huge scarf, it can be really dramatic around the neck. I know I keep using that word dramatic, but that's what RUNDHOLZ is all about. It's about texture, it's about layers, it's about standing out from the crowd. It's for women that don't want to be high street women. We want to look different and bit more quirky, a bit more androgynous. So number one, how easy was that? I hope you saw what I did there. Literally just wrapped it round, couldn't be more straightforward, and then just tuck your bits in. And that lovely fringing, with it being black, looks amazing with the black dress. So if you've got black, this is a great one to pick it up. The green is actually a marl effect with black as well, so again, looks amazing with black. Lovely colour on you again, Jazz. It brings out those green eyes, doesn't it?
What can I say when you look like me?
Oh, goodness sake. She's just had a brownie. I think she's on a sugar high, I'm telling you. So, that's the
It was a normal brownie, ladies, I can assure you.
Oh yeah, yeah, give everyone the wrong impression. So, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go corner to corner, change my mind. So, like we did before with the corner to corner, although this is a bit big, so I need some help. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect.
I'm just letting her struggle.
You just throw it. She's so much taller than me, she could have got that within a second. So, we're going to put it round now, more like a jumper, because the thing is with scarves, they can really transform your look. You've got all this material, why wear it in one way just round the neck when you can actually make quite a statement of it? So,
go for it.
If we shawl you up, Jasmine.
Oh yeah.
Now, we're all desperate for crop jumpers all the time, because when we've got a long piece on, like a dress, but we want a little bit of warmth, using a scarf in this way instead of a crop jumper gives you that arm coverage that we all want, but obviously it's so easily removable, so you can just whip it off. You can use it as a proper scarf if you want to. You can wrap it all the way around you like a real shawl, so almost like a poncho. If we literally just throw it around Jazz's shoulders. Sorry, my darling.
That's right. Because in essence it is a blanket.
Yeah.
Like a blanket.
So, and then the thing is, if you've got the RUNDHOLZ pins, and please, if you want one, they are £5, you can order them online. You can pin it into place, put a pin here. If you want to lose some of this, you can pin that bit up here. If you want to keep it and have it more on show, like Jazz is passing it to me now, and you can see, you can pin it. And you can use as many pins as you need to keep that in place, but one should do it. And then you've got a whole new look. They're so versatile, these. We can't stress enough how many ways you can wear them and what you can do with it.
And use, like, I think some ladies panic because the scarf doesn't look identical to what we've shown it as. But
it doesn't matter.
Every scarf's got its own. It's like the scarves are alive and they like speak at night and go, I watched Toy Story 4 yesterday, can you tell? And it's like, today we're going to look like this, but use the uniqueness of it. Like, it doesn't have to be the same.
Well, I just like the fact, you know, if you're when you have guests over and it gets to the evening and you just want to throw a shawl around you, they're great for that. And then, you know, if you need it to stay in place,
and like even now though,
jobs are good.
We're having dinners outside still because it's still fairly warm, but as soon as that sun goes in, it's cold. whip your scarf out, wrap it around you.
Just have one in your handbag. So good. And this is an ideal one for this because it's got the fringe in. It's that distressed look anyway, so it's an ideal scarf to do this with. And obviously it'll take a pin because it's not going to upset the kind of fabric of the scarf, whereas some of them you have to be a little bit more careful with, especially if you go for the beautiful cashmere one by Dip. You're probably not going to be wanting to stick pins everywhere in that one, whereas this one's a little bit more robust, so you definitely can. So that's that one, and of course, as we said, it comes in blue as well. We're very naughty, we forgot that one. Also does come in the dark grey. This is a great one for going with all of your colours, so if you haven't got round to deciding what your colour palette is going to be this season, then the grey is obviously really, really versatile because it will go with all of it. And it'll go with things you've got at home, blacks, white, any colour, because it's just one of those colours that will go with everything because it's got that beautiful mild effect, so it picks up the little elements that are a little bit brighter. And then obviously you've got your black fringing to tie up any black that you're wearing as well. There are more scarves, ladies, but we're going to trust that we've shown you enough ways to tie them now that that'll work for all of them. So basically, the only thing you've got to do now is go on the website, compare all of them and pick the one you like the best design and fabric-wise. The rest, most of them will do a version of what we've shown you today. So if it's a lighter one, it'll do the things that we've done lighter. Obviously the heavier ones will work more that way. And obviously they're available in quite a few colours, so there's no point of showing you every colour because you can imagine that. But we're going to end on this one, and that's because it's got this amazing print on it, which is what we're calling the dead fish. Obviously it's a bone effect, it's quite punky, it's got elements of punk and kind of rock and roll. But again, it's all about just the colours that they use, because when it's being worn you can't see the design, so it's just about the depth of the lines and how that looks when it's actually strapped abstractly around one's neck.
And ladies, when you go onto the scarves, if you scroll down, it's usually the last picture we show it.
Held up. Yeah, you can see.
So if we've shown them on the video, we always hold them up in the video, so then you kind of have to match it up, and that's the best way to find out if you've seen one in a video that you like, how to find it.
Yeah, when we're holding it like this, it's way easier to work out which is which. So, dead simple. Get Jazz's little neck in. If we want some like we can, you know, leave a little bit to hand if you want it to create more of.
Oh yeah.
Let's get that out of the way. Tuck that in there. I just love them because they're just so avant-garde and So that you can see I've just tied slightly looser, slightly more relaxed.
This is more me.
Yeah.
I like this.
It looks slightly prettier, which is Jazz's go-to. We all dress our Rundholz differently. I grunge mine up with my Doc Martens and try and make it as least pretty as possible.
Yeah.
Jazz, on the other hand, likes to pretty hers up, so she's got the elements of grunge going on in the details, yet she's still got her girliness shining through, and that's kind of what it's for. It's for you to interpret it however you want it.
Everybody, isn't it? Everybody can wear Rundholz in their own way. It doesn't have to be the one word.
Yeah, obviously we at Arabella always do it the Rundholz way, so we'll dress layers and layers and kind of take them as inspiration, but you can interpret it any way you want and just make it yours. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been helpful because lots of people have been asking for it. If it's not, then let us know and we'll your feedback will be greatly appreciated in order to show you what we need. Yes, maybe next week when it's less warm. Have a wonderful week. We look forward to seeing you soon. If you're a local person or if you're a shopper online, let us know if you need any help and assistance. We've always got the chat room available, so let us know if we can help you at all, and we'll hopefully communicate soon.